I got promoted at work last cycle and it was my first promotion. It's something that I asked for and it's something that I prepared a lot for. And I think some of the strategies that I learned along the way can help anyone else who is looking at taking the next step in their career. Hi everyone, my name is Carly. I work in tech as a product manager, and today I am going to share with you everything I learned that helped me get my promotion. My first tip before you go into a meeting with your manager asking for a promotion is to don't go in blind and prepare a few things. First, you'll want to know what the typical promotion cycle looks like. It's really important to understand when managers will get together and have these promotion conversations. It won't be super effective if you go in asking for a promotion right when these talks are happening, because your manager simply won't be prepared to sell your case. Instead, if you give yourself some ample time, say 3 to 4 months before these talks happen, you can give yourself the time to put together your impact over the last quarter or the last semester. And you can have that conversation with your manager of putting you up for promotion. And then you can effectively work together to make sure that you both get what you want. I work at a big tech company, and I think for us, it's common for people to be put up at the beginning of the fiscal year and also in the middle of the fiscal year. But I have had mentors tell me, if you deserve to get promoted, then theoretically, there's nothing stopping your manager from putting you up tomorrow. In my experience, I don't think I've ever seen anyone get put up for promotion beyond the quarterly cycles, because people do get put up quarterly as well, but not as commonly as in the beginning and in the middle of the fiscal year. So for your organization or your company, it might be really helpful to just ask around to find out what the conventional timeline is for promotions. So now that you've figured out what timeline you should be aiming for your promotion, find any literature on what performance looks like at the next level. Before you go to your manager asking for a promotion, make sure you've done your research to the best of your ability. Any mentor I've had has always told me that it's much easier for a manager to promote me if I've already been working at the next level for a little bit of time. But then for me, I've always wondered, how do I know that I've been working at the next level? It's really helpful to find any documents that detail specifically what performance looks like for your level and what performance looks like for your level +1. And what you do from there, based off of the projects that you've worked on or the impact you've created, you figure out how much of the work you've been doing has actually been at the next level already. And I think this is a great opportunity to tell your boss, hey, I would love to strive for a promotion next cycle. Will these projects that I'm working on get me to that next level? And ideally, your boss can work with you to figure out what projects you need to take on so that you can get to the next level. But I think this conversation is really valuable because, one, it tells them that the promotion is on your mind and that you're willing to work for it. And number two, you're explicitly telling them your goal, and your manager can help work with you to help you achieve that goal. Now that you know what it takes to get to the next level and what timelines you should be shooting for, it's time to set yourself up for success. So start to gather information on what the process looks like within your company or your organization. Also, now I think it's a good time to start to try to build your brand. In terms of gathering information on how the process works within your organization, it's really helpful to talk with managers that manage on a sibling team. For me, I always try to approach this more as a mentor relationship. So within our organization, there's the org leader, and under that leader, all of the managers come together to discuss the team members that are put up for promotion. And each manager will talk about that team member's impact for the semester, what projects that they've worked on that have helped them deserve the promotion. And essentially, it's a time for all of the managers to vouch for their employees. But if you don't feel comfortable asking your manager about the process at the moment, it can be really helpful to get these insights from a manager who works on a sibling team, and this can help you prepare your pitch to your manager when you ask them to put you up. Building your brand within the organization will also set you up for success. There's probably only a certain number of slots for a promotion because a lot of the times promotions come out of a specific budget. If you and someone else are the same level and you're both looking to get promoted to the next level, but there's only space for one of you because of budget restraints, it's so much easier for your manager to sell your case if the other managers and the org leader know who you are. So with that being said, here are some ideas on how you might be able to build your personal brand. And these are things that I've seen other people on my team do, and also these are some tips that I've done myself to build my brand within the organization. One thing you can do to build your brand is to send out regular newsletters on what your team or what other teams within your org are doing to help further the goals of your organization. And this helps put your name in people's inbox with helpful and relevant information. You can get involved in the diversity and inclusion team or the culture team to host monthly events to help bring the organization together. And if there isn't anything like that in place, you can maybe get started with your direct team and slowly build it out to include your sister teams within the organization as well. But the goal here is to foster more friendly and personal relationships within your coworkers. And hopefully this translates to more trust and rapport during those business meetings. I work remotely. A lot of my team sits in a different state than me, and I have run these culture events remotely as well. Sometimes in the moment, it does feel a little bit forced because I don't get the same type of feedback as I get when everyone's in the same physical room as me. But I will say, after hosting these events and hearing my coworkers talk about their recent vacation or their showing their dog on camera, I do feel so much more comfortable interacting with these coworkers because I know them more on a personal level. And so I think it's really nice to be that person that helps foster these types of relationships within the organization. My final tip on building your brand is to give educational demos on what you're working on so that other people can understand what you do. Then everyone knows, oh, Carly is the point of contact for this customer or for this project. And on top of that, it builds a forum for other people to fully understand the ins and outs of your project. So if there's any potential for collaboration to help expand your project, you can build your brand that way as well. Investing in your personal brand will help you get that promotion because it shows that you take initiative. And so when your name comes up for deliberation, the decision makers go, oh, I know Carly's name because she's been hosting the Friday happy hour unwinders, or she's been sending out invites for those upskilling sessions for her project. And therefore, they immediately think about the project that you're working on and the impact that you've made within the team. And now that you've set yourself up as best as you can, it's time to approach that promotion ask of your manager. And this can be really scary because I've always felt super vulnerable asking for a promotion from my manager. But if you deserve it, then you need to ask for it. And for me, I reached out to my manager and set up a meeting. And in that meeting, I basically said something along the lines of, I think I've made a lot of impact in the team this semester, and I'd like your support in putting me up for promotion this upcoming cycle. And here are the reasons why. At this point, you can talk about the project that you launched successfully. You can talk about the impact you've made in terms of the team culture, and also whatever other impact that you've made on the team to either further the goals of your organization or to build upon the team culture. And hopefully it's not something that they're super surprised by, because ideally you've been having some sort of regular sync with them to check in on your progress. There's always a chance that you might not get the promotion this cycle, but now your manager knows that it's top of mind, and it's up to you to ask them, okay, what is the type of impact that you have to see from me to show that I'm working at my L+1 level? Or what are the projects that will help get me there? And then in your regular syncs, you have to check in with them to make sure that you're on track and you're still in a position to be able to be put up for next cycle. Asking for a promotion can be really scary. I wouldn't know how to do it without the mentors who have coached me through it. I think it's important for us to do the preparation and the work on our own end first, and then we have to specify what we want and why we deserve it. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe. That would help me out so much. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. I'd be happy to clarify further, and I'll see you next week.